In Vancouver, Canada, an antique aircraft awaits rescue. This Lockheed Lodestar welcomes visitors to Delta's Heritage Air Park. It was built in 1940 and saw action-packed service in the golden age of aviation. Bill Maher, its former pilot, remembers this aeroplane affectionately.
The airplane is important to me. One is because of its historical value, and two, this is the airplane that I was trained as a captain, as an Air Canada captain to fly, and I flew this airplane in training as a captain. This airplane was Trans-Canada Airlines mainliner all the way through the Warriors, and it ran from Vancouver through to Halifax. I ran that for about 5 years. I know eventually they gave me a pin for doing 10,000 crossings to the Gulf of Georgia.
The Lockheed Model 1808 Lodestar was a reliable workhorse for transporting critical wartime supplies. During peacetime, they were fitted out to carry VIPs and dignitaries. This particular Lodestar has carried some of Canada's most important passengers.
C.D. Howe's private airplane. Prime Minister Saint Laurent used this airplane as a personal airplane.
This Lodestar is one of the last of its kind, but decades of exposure to the elements have taken their toll.
The only things that are living in the aircraft are birds and bees. You see the amount of corrosion here? Tremendous amount of corrosion. I don't know what we're going to do about it. You see, look, the aluminum is gone completely.
Bill has persuaded the Canadian Museum of Flight to take this legend of the skies under its wing. The engineer in charge of the Lodestar's restoration is John Brahma.
I just look at it and I go, man, you know, I know what, I can see what that needs done right now. Yeah, this is going to be great stuff to fix. It's just, let's make it new again.
And I hope I live long enough to see it up there. It'll be a couple of years, but that's our plan, and if you don't plan, nothing will happen. So.
There's just one problem. The aircraft can't fly anymore. So they must find a way to move it 54 kilometers from the airport to the aircraft museum.
Back up there.
Bill entrusts the move to heavy hauler Ron Baker. He has to work out how to take this vintage aircraft on its first journey for over a decade.
Speed's not what we're after, it's getting there safely. When transporting an aircraft like this, we have several options. One would be to suspend the load beneath the helicopter.
If a load is not too heavy, a helicopter can be the perfect solution. Ron fears the down blast on touchdown could damage this vintage aircraft.
It's a very old airplane, it's in very poor condition. There could be loose parts as far as panels coming off. Just the structure itself could collapse inside the rigging.
Since he can't fly the plane, Ron has only one option left, a road move. Transporting the fragile Lodestar with a wingspan almost 20 meters wide across British Columbia's mountainous landscape will be tough. The first challenge, the Trans-Canada Highway. This main artery provides a vital link to downtown Vancouver. Blocking it could cause gridlock across the province. So to reduce the risks, Ron decides to dismantle the Lodestar for the move.
So you guys gonna be here for 9 o'clock in the morning with the crane tomorrow? Or is that too early?
This is supposed to be ready for tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
That one there. We gotta get somebody here who knows what they're doing.
That concerns me.
Ron's first problem is how to remove the Lodestar's wings. He plans to use a crane with lifting straps to take off each wing. First, they must unlock the pins that secure the wings to the engine and fuselage. They remove the bottom part of the wing to explore inside.
There, there's our first piece.
Nice.
Okay, whose car is it going on?
It's more brittle than they thought.
Well, it does present a few concerns as to how structural the actual airframe on the fuselage is going to be.
It's just totally disintegrated.
That's what it is.
Just falling apart.
Inside, it's so badly corroded that even locating the crucial pins is difficult.
There's a lot of rivets up here. They meant this thing to stay together for quite a while.
What's going on here?
The last resort. the manual.
Get a look at the front of it. Okay, to remove. That's right. Okay, section 5 then.
This whole bracket assembly, you can see if you look through here.
With renewed confidence, they unlock the pins, secure the straps, and begin lifting. One down, one to go. But over on the starboard side, the central wing pin has rusted solid.
No, it hasn't done a single thing.
They've arranged a wide load road permit for the next morning, but this glitch could set them back days.
If we want to change the permit from, say, Thursday or Friday night, can we actually move this plane Friday night?
6 hours of grinding fails to release the pin. It's time for a rethink.
This is plan C, and it really gets ugly.
The main pin on the starboard side is proving impossible to dislodge. To free the wing, they will need to resort to more violent tactics. But first, they must remove everything else that connects the wing to the fuselage. Their high-risk plan is to use the crane to wrench the wing out of its mount with the corroded pin still in place. But any rivets or bolts left attached could cause the wing or fuselage to rip apart.
Okay, so I can get him to right swing and boom up a touch. Coming out? How's it looking?
Keep going.
It's good. Beautiful.
At last, they have the wings off. Now they must work out how to lift the fragile fuselage onto a truck for the move tomorrow.
This is what it took 6 hours to get the wing off. This part right here. Victory is mine! I have.
In Canada, Ron's team are dismantling the vintage Lodestar for its move across Vancouver. But it's taken 2 days just to remove its wings.
Just making it safe is the thing that we're working on.
Ron's concerned the Lodestar's engines and tail may be too brittle to survive the road journey. Only a few rivets secure the engines to the fuselage. These are corroded and could break off. And on the open road, the tail could pick up wind, putting stress on the weak joints. The airstream passing over the tail could lift it off the fuselage, leaving a trail of destruction. To minimize these risks, Ron decides to break up the aircraft into sections for transport on separate trucks. Their road permit is for tomorrow, so they have no time to lose.
Oh, yeah, that's what we want her to do.
You guys have taken one hell of a project on.
Their most delicate maneuver is lifting the decaying fuselage onto the truck.
It's worse than picking up an egg. It's like picking up a rotten egg.
The underside of the Lodestar is particularly corroded. If Ron's team thread lifting straps directly under its central section, they could slice through the aircraft's wafer-thin frame. So instead, they must select the strongest lifting points at either end of the fuselage, the front end of the wing and far end of the tail.
You could lift these floorboards up and they could be completely gone. Well, that's gonna collapse like crazy. It's just gonna fold right up on you if you don't hit it right. It could get very ugly very quickly.
Crane operator Bruce is anxious to get going before the wind picks up.
What we don't want is a gust of wind to grab it and flop it over, right? It's okay, it'll work fine. We'll be careful with her, I can guarantee it.
With the straps bearing the Lodestar finally takes off.
This gonna hold together, Bruce?
10-7.
There you go. First flight in I don't know how many years.
Now they must make a successful landing on the back of the truck. Ron wants to carry the fuselage and wings on the same low loader, but this creates potential problems. Even tied down, the wings and undercarriage could fall off in transit. To prevent this, Ron decides to build a support cradle for the back of the truck. 2 steel beams should hold the wheels rigid, while over 60 meters of straps secure the wings. Unfortunately, the cradle raises the fuselage height to almost 5 meters, so they'll have to hold their breath when they drive under low bridges.
It is definitely slow going, but you can't be too careful with stuff like this, so it's all good so far until you start moving. Hopefully we have a full plane when we get to the other end.
They weld steel chocks under the wheels to prevent them from rolling,
It's looking good.
while wooden wedges secure the wings upright.
So that's holding that okay? Like you can push on it and it's not bad?
It's taken 3 days just to move the aircraft onto the truck. Tomorrow, they face a 54-kilometer. In Vancouver, Ron's team prepare to move the Lodestar 54 kilometers down the Trans-Canada Highway. They must reach the highway entrance this afternoon before rush hour.
Off we go. Hope for the best.
They take a minor road to avoid traffic, but it's hard to deal with these cars.
We got a bunch of cars parked on one side, a bunch of trees on the other. Try not to get any damage to the freight, and then try not to damage Joe Public's car.
Their constant fear is puncturing the delicate airframe.
Tommy got about 6 inches.
We get past these couple trees here, then we're going to be away.
Okay, come ahead.
Yeah, I think our next hurdle's making that left-hand corner up there. You know what? I'm not going to get this corner. You know what? I'm not going to get this corner.
This stop sign is certainly doing its job. The only way around it is to dig it up.
Start coming hard. Way over, that's it. You're probably gonna have to get way out of the way. It's 20 feet wide, eh?
It's a slow start to a very long journey.
That was extremely tight, and I'm actually surprised we made it. I had my doubts I wasn't getting around that corner.
By the time they reach the highway, it's early evening.
Our permits for moving the load only are in effect between 2 and 5 in the morning. And so now we have to wait till midnight. We'll be back with the truck, hook on, make sure everything's good to go.
At 2 a.m., Ron's team take off down the busiest highway on Canada's west coast.
This is probably the widest thing I've packed around so far, and I'm actually quite amazed at it. Nice challenge, something different than just driving a load of freight somewhere.
You got 4 minutes, fire it up, and let's get out of here.
Okay.
Their road permit expires in just 3 hours, but they know with this precious cargo, they daren't travel faster than 30 kilometers an hour.
Not just a simple driving the part, no. Yeah, I can't see the overhead wires very well. they've said that we're high enough, but sometimes people just make little mistakes, and so I just keep my eyes open here.
Movers live in fear of impatient drivers.
It's always our concern. People, you know, they're in a rush. They want to get around you, right? And then especially this time of night, if there's people have been drinking, they get a little more aggressive.
It takes them over an hour to travel the first 20 kilometers.
How's the power pole on my right?
Good on the right.
But a low bridge ahead soon forces them to pull over.
Okay, now we've come off the freeway because we got to go underneath an overpass. It's the same height as our load, so we don't want to be in a travel portion of the freeway to always sneak underneath it here.
Tom's worried the bridge may be too low for them to pass under. The flimsy nose or cockpit could be ripped off if they scrape its roof. To avoid this, they decide to lower the truck's hydraulic suspension. But with the trailer so close to the ground, they must now travel even more slowly to avoid scraping the road.
We've got an inch to play with, so when we get up that way, I'm gonna drop the air in my tractor. That's gonna buy us our inch.
They have less than an hour to reach their exit, but rusty steel beams on the bridge roof threaten to scratch the cockpit.
Looks like we squeaked under just nicely.
Yeah, it just squeaked through there, but an inch is good as a mile in our business.
Eventually, they make it off the highway just as dawn breaks.
We're at the end of the road here as far as our night trip goes.
But there's still 2 kilometers to go before this Lodestar. Hoover, the Lodestar's now just a few meters away from her final destination. But she's foiled by the gate.
Well, I guess the gate is 20 feet 1/4 inch, and we're at 20 feet. We get...
Straight ahead, Tom.
This may require a few attempts.
It's the home stretch, that's right. That's right. It's amazing to get it here. I didn't know how we were going to move it.
Be really gentle, eh? Stuff's like paper thin.
Gonna roll now. Looks great. Looks great.
The Lodestar's new life is about to begin. Over the next year, the aircraft will be completely rebuilt. The restoration team will strengthen the tail, reinstall the engines, reconnect the wings, and refurbish the fuselage. And then perhaps one day, this lucky Lodestar may once again return to the skies.